Good afternoon. This is David Moorfield with Fluffy Shot Me Photography. And normally I'm here to talk about photography and Bitcoin and Helium Network and all the fun stuff that I enjoy. Today, however, I'm talking about Terminix Pest Control. And the way they ended up on my radar is they showed up at my mom's house almost 2 weeks ago for her, annual service inspection and whatever. And this inspector, after he did a walk through the attic, he makes some claims such as there's rats tunneling in her insulation, there's droppings everywhere, there's chewed wires, there's chewed AC ducts, and points out this is the number one cause of house fires in America. And after scaring the ever living crap out of my mom, walks her into a $6,700 contract that naturally she doesn't actually get to read until hours after she signed it when they send you an email. And it turns out to be over $8,000 in charges. Now, the next morning, I sent a licensed home inspector to my mother's house to look at her attic. And guess what? No rat infestation, no chewed wires, no tunnels in the insulation, no chewed AC ducts. So, my only conclusion at that point is this con artist saw a senior citizen who he figures will never go in her attic, and he'll just take her for what he can get out of her. And, given the arrogance of this dude, I wouldn't be surprised if he bragged about it after the fact. So, naturally, I talked to the branch manager, and he first told me, this is one of our best guys. He would never do that. I said, oh, okay, yeah. Well, he says, can I come by and take a look? I said, sure, yeah. So he comes by the next day with his service manager, and guess what? They don't find a rat infestation problem either. But now the story has evolved into, well, he's new and needs retraining. Sure. Yesterday he was one of your best guys. Today he's new and needs retraining. Come on, man. Don't play like that. So I asked him for the pictures that this inspector showed my mother. He said he'd send them to me. As of this video, that has not happened. He sent me some pictures he took, sure, but he certainly didn't send the pictures that this guy showed my mom. But after pushing him for several days to get copies of those pictures, the branch manager ended up getting kind of tired of me pushing on him and ended up calling me an MFer over the phone and hanging up on me. And hey, that's cool, man. You just showed your true colors. You're trying to cover for a con man that works for you. You probably, I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're trained to go out and do this crap. And where I stand on it is, unless I'm mistaken, lying for financial gain is called fraud in Texas. And it kind of seems that when you commit fraud and target senior citizens, that carries a modified charge. I don't know. I'm not an attorney. I don't know if Sugarland will do anything about it. I don't know if the Fort Bend County DA's office will do anything about it. But I'll tell you what I will do. I will put the video of this guy that I believe is a con artist and let everybody see it for themselves. And then I would ask you, would you want this guy showing up at your mother's house? Because I think the video just speaks for itself. And before I show the video, I also have to ask this. When you see this video, do you think this guy is new at this approach? Does it sound like this is his first time out of the gate delivering this type of message? Listen for yourself, watch his body motion, and comment below and let me know what you think. Quite frankly, I wouldn't piss on these people if they were on fire. I want nothing to do with Terminix. And probably the worst life choice they ever made was messing with my mother. It's pretty stupid because I'm just going to pursue them until they give me what I'm asking for. And that is the con artist needs to go. The manager, maybe. I don't know. Jason, um, you're the you're the regional director here. I spoke to you. You seemed to shoot straight. You were actually the one who finally got us a confirmation of cancellation for this service, which I appreciate that part. But then you told me you'd get back with me in a couple of days. Bro, it's been over a week. So you said, give me a couple of days before you do anything else, and I agreed. You had your time, brother. Now it's my time. This video is going out. I hope everybody shares it and warns their families, their parents, that Terminix cannot be trusted. That's my opinion. I wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't have them go to anybody's house if I cared about them, because the only rat that was in my mom's attic was that inspector. And you can take that to the bank.
The good news on the termite, I don't see any termite activity. But how long have you been dealing with your rat problem?
What?
Your rat issue? There's a bunch of dropping, tunneling, and nesting upstairs, and I can show you I have photos of everything that I did notice when I was up there.
Well, nobody's checked the attic in a long time, so I never go up there.
Okay, so maybe that's right, because it's chewing on your air conditioning system, which isn't good news. It chews out the top of it. You can see I have photos of everything. I also looked in to see where they're getting in. They're getting through your weep holes and your roof vents. So see these holes here? Anything a dime size or bigger they can climb through. A couple areas on top as well as where they're getting in through these holes. But look at this, right? So I'm just going to go through all these little droppings. I have and then you can see here, there's all tunneling. This, like, see how dark it is right here? Your insulation nesting space and infesting it. So that's not a good sign. They're on your air conditioning system. Here you can see that rodent drop in there. See where they chewed it? That's where they rip it open from their claws or either from nibbling on it. So that we need to seal up as well. And that's that we don't want it to get any worse, but you can see that there's droppings here on your air conditioning. Here's another one on the bottom, which means they could be trying to chew through your wiring, which they are the #1 cause of house fires. So that's my main concern. You can see on the duct that they're walking to a different duct. See back there how dark it is? That's them tunneling through and nesting throughout your entire attic space. You know when the last time that how much tunneling there is?
Yeah.
Which means there's some big ones up there as well. And they're living in your attic space. You can see that there's droppings all in your sphere. So here you can see on the boards when I'm walking across, there's 3 right there. You can see how dirty this is here. Actually, let me make sure that's your attic. That's not your attic, that one. That was somebody else's attic. But yeah, so that's what's going on up there. So the main, do you want to go inside and sit down for a second? Okay. I'll kind of explain everything to you. The reason that.
Now that you've seen the video, what do you think? Please leave your comments below, and I will update you as to if I ever hear anything back from Terminix. But in the meantime, share this with your loved ones, especially in Fort Bend County and Harris County, where this office operates out of, because pretty sure nobody else would want this guy going to your mother's house. Shameful.